I'm a full-time staff member at the InterVarsity at Shaw University and St. Augustine's University here in town. So known as HBCUs, or historically black colleges. There's about 105 of them across the United States that were developed after 1865. And Shaw and St. Augustine's are two of those.
All right. So what?
They were developed to educate, particularly to educate blacks after slavery. And they focus on students who, many of them come to school, many of them are extremely intelligent and could go to any school. Some of them, Shaw University, St. Augustine's College, gives students a chance to go to college who might not go otherwise, and provides remedial programs and develops them.
What do you have to do with this? Is this something that we should be excited about?
Yes, I went to Shaw University, and that's where I really learned about InterVarsity, made a commitment to Christ. The summer after my sophomore year, when I returned to Shaw University, InterVarsity was there, and it provided a place for discipleship and helped me to grow as a believer. I was so passionate about how I had been developed. That's really all I wanted to do, was to go into campus ministry. I had a job waiting for me with the local power company, which is now Duke Power. But I really felt a call to campus ministry. So I have a real passion to see black college students disciple.
Fred, these interviews have to do with this overriding theme of transformation. You're not just scratching the surface. You're doing something that's very meaningful to you, that's going down deep.
Yes, absolutely. For me, I was transformed from a church boy who went to school, church on Sunday, and lived my life however I wanted to live it the rest of the week, to a disciple of Christ who actually, Christ made a difference 7 days a week. He impacted my decisions, my lifestyle choices, my career choices, and my values. I want to see that for students at historically black colleges at Shaw and St. Aug.
So you're not trying to get everybody there to become a church member. This is something different. I mean, this is transforming.
Absolutely. Romans 12:1 and 2 really is one of the themes that drives me, to see students transformed by the renewing of their minds. And one example would be Kosher. He's a student from South Carolina, a very poor family. He came to St. Augustine's as a non-believer, had his head down most of the time under a hoodie with his eyes to the ground. He got involved in our fellowship and accepted Christ into his life. And I saw this young man transformed. He found out who he was, what his mission in life was about. He eventually became the sound person for our fellowship, and eventually became the president of our fellowship. And he's a tremendous testimony of what God can do through the power of Christ in a student's life.
Is this worth your time?
Absolutely worth my time. Absolutely.
Would you do this if you weren't on staff, or is this something you really only care about because you're getting some sort of a salary for it?
I'm definitely not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because of God's call and to ministry, the passion that He's given me. Every semester, I sort of check in with the Lord and say, okay, are we supposed to do this one more time? And He assures me, yes. It's really about the mission and seeing students' lives transformed.
So it's not just scratching the surface. There's something in you that just had to get involved with doing more, had going after the stuff that's in them down deep, that's causing people to behave, to think, and end up where they are. Absolutely.
A student can go get a 4-year degree, go off, get a job, get married, and those things are great. But I think the kind of person that leaves that university in terms of their values, what they care about in terms of their integrity, their character, what kind of employee they're going to be, what kind of father, mother they're going to be, those are the things that I really care about. And I strongly believe that through Jesus Christ, through becoming a true disciple of Christ, they can be a much better person, much better employee, much better parent. And that's what I'm called to do.
So you hang in there with them. You don't just stop in and see them once a year. You invite them to church.
That's right. We spend time with them, meeting with them every week, to get into the scriptures with them, to pray with them, to listen to their problems and their issues, to help them with their academics if they're struggling, if they're having some kind of struggle, and to provide support, to let them know there's somebody in their lives that cares about them, not to get something out of them, but just to cares about them because they are worth caring for.
Are you networking with any of the other groups here tonight in a way that helps you help these students?
Yes, there's a local ministry that helps students who become pregnant out of wedlock. That one of the leader of that ministry comes on campus and does workshops around prevention, around making wise decisions. He's also helping me to mentor our men making wise choices around sexuality. And Gary is a tremendous partner. My passion is to see historically black colleges grow in terms of resources for campus ministry. That's why I'm on staff, to see black students in historically black colleges get resource. Many of these colleges don't have a lot of resources, and InterVarsity has tons of resources to help college students, and I feel like the small investment that I make can have a tremendous output in terms of the increase that it can bring in the life of a college student.
Well, I want you to know, Fred, that your concern is at the very core of everything I'm about to. So I really relate. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.